All right, this one's going to be a little off the cuff because I have a little bit different take here, at least when it comes to what Bob Chapek did recently. He's basically woven together his own rope. That's probably the best way to describe it. He has written a memo that he sent out to employees. It's public, so I guess it's to everybody, talking about what's coming up for the next 100 years of the Disney Company. That's right, we are headed towards the 100th birthday of the Walt Disney Company, started by Walt Disney, who right now would be very unhappy with the way his company is being run, especially with the political crap that's going on there right now. But that's not the subject of this video. Going into the second 100 years, you can see that Bob Chapek is talking about the 3 pillars that will lead the company gloriously through the next 100. Here we go. The Hollywood Reporter article that we have cited right here is an interesting one. There is a lot of editorial commentary within it already. It talks about the 100th anniversary in 2023, which we're coming up on. I hope that's more successful than the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, which has been a lead balloon. Of course, with this man's guidance, it stayed a lead balloon. Lots of projects delayed, lots of excuses made, and of course, citing the global crisis more than a few times, again, as the excuse or as something to be thankful for, and we'll get to that. Let's go through the actual contents of the memo, because I think it's important to pull directly from the source. Here we go. And again, the full memo is here. Team, as we begin the new year, I want to share our mission and the strategic pillars that will be the key to our success. But first, I want to start 2022 on a note of gratitude for all of you. Your talent, dedication, and optimism during the most disruptive time in our company's history. Thanks to you, we are weathering the pandemic and emerging stronger than ever. Over the last 2 years, we continue to tell the world's best stories. Oh, you didn't. Failures. Reorganized clumsily and accelerated our transformation to better serve audiences and guests. Lies. We look inward during a time of social disruption, saw how much was left to do, and made significant change. That I agree. You did make some significant change. And of course, we underwent a leadership change, and I am enormously grateful for the tremendous foundation Bob Iger left us. Get out, Bob. Get out. You achieved those things during a once-in-a-century pandemic. Okay? And I want to acknowledge those whose roles require them to be in the office or one of our parks, as well as those working from home while managing at-home learning and gaps in childcare. We care. I also appreciate your patience as we begin reopening our offices. Our long-term goal is to provide greater flexibility, and your leaders will be in touch as plans evolve. Okay. It's ironic that this disruption is happening as we prepare to celebrate our company's 100th anniversary. Okay, tell me what the irony is, Bob. For nearly a century, we have defined and redefined entertainment, created countless lifelong memories, and delighted fans and families around the world. Well, and you're leaving out the part where you destroyed lifelong memories and the delights of people and families who, had been to your theme parks or had enjoyed your classic properties and animations, etc., etc. But hey, it's a legacy that is simply unrivaled and a welcome responsibility for us to build upon. Right now you're destroying stuff, dude. And I also believe our mission for this year is clear. Set the stage for our second century and ensure Disney's next 100 years are as successful as our first. Good luck, bro. To do that, we will focus on 3 pillars, and these are important, folks. This is the stuff that we need to hold this company's feet to the fire on. Whenever they do something that's 100% anti-audience, anti-consumer, anti-us, we need to look back at these statements from this man who, again, is weaving his own rope. Here we go. First, storytelling excellence. What makes Disney so unique is that the stories we tell mean something to people. They do, and then you destroy them, including theme park attractions like Splash Mountain, which is beloved globally, and many other things. They inspire, give hope, and bring us together. You created the most divisive, well, not you personally, Bob, but your company created the most divisive Star Wars film in the history of the company, in the history of Star Wars. You essentially halved your audience by the time you made your 3rd film. And in that 3rd film, you earned $1 billion less instead of more, which the projection was for a substantial gain in that final film. And it failed. It failed. And the person who made it fail, you still have in a place of leadership, Bob. Well done. To continue. I'll repeat that. They inspire, give us hope, bring us together, illuminate the world around us, and create memories, which, again, you go about destroying about 40 years later. That is Disney magic. That's true. You guys used to be good at that. And we must continue to set the creative bar higher and higher. To that end, and in addition to all my other creative meetings, I am establishing a new standing monthly meeting with our senior creative leaders to discuss the opportunities we face as a storytelling enterprise. This will encourage collaboration, sharing of best practices, and stimulate cross-studio ideation. Synergy. He just defined synergy for you 30 years or so after they were already doing it. By the way, just another comment here. As you know, this man, as far as I can tell, has no creative bones in his body. Not. Second innovation. Since Steamboat Willie, we have been the world's foremost innovative storytellers. I guess the company. I'll let that go. That must continue as technology evolves, gives our creative teams new canvases like the metaverse on which to paint. You're leaning into the metaverse, Bob? Okay. We should be especially innovative as we seek to bring stories to life in new ways, particularly if they enhance what many call our franchise ecosystem. Who are those many, Bob? You? Some executives? People at the club? The problem with the franchise ecosystem is it's pretty easy to destroy, which you're doing with 2 of the biggest franchises on the planet. Crazy. Which is one of the things that set us apart. I'm going to reread that sentence for clarity. Particularly if they enhance what many call our franchise ecosystem, which is one of those things that sets us apart. And third, relentless focus on our audience. This is the 3rd pillar. We are a big company with many constituents and stakeholders. There's a buzzword that should terrify you if you know what it actually means. All of who have a place in our decision-making process, which means, guess what, guys? These decisions are not being made by the creative people at all. They're being made by constituents and stakeholders. The stakeholders are the biggest stockholders in the company, and they are driving this bus and essentially making sure that the narrative and the ESG score is maintained at a high level. ESG is a control device used by the banking industry to make sure everybody's walking lockstep with the message. And here's the lie that we can hold them to almost every day. But at the end of the day, our most important guide, our North Star, right, is the consumer. Right now, their behavior tells us and our industry that they want to experience that the way they want to experience entertainment is changing. And changing fast thanks to technology and the pandemic. Thanks, pandemic. We must evolve with our audience, not work against them. Like dumping, the pesky 50-year-olds or so that have been supporting your company for 40, 50 years, leading their family members there. Yeah, not so many of them are doing that now, Bob. You've been working against them. I know you don't see it. Or maybe you do. And again, rope. And so we will put them at the center of every decision we make. Really? Really? You and I should have a phone call, Bob. Be interesting. When you look at the entertainment landscape, I believe Disney stands alone. We have the world's most creative storytelling engine, along with the world's most beloved brands and franchises. Brands. Lifestyle brands. Which we can bring to life in ways no one else can. Actually, there's a lot of other studios out there and some independents that are doing a great job, to be honest with you, Bob. But I feel you. We have a portfolio of distribution platforms across the world. That's true. Including powerful streaming services. Yeah, third, fourth, or fifth place, depending upon part of the world. Sure. With the ability to reach audiences anywhere, anytime. We have the #1 news organization. No, you don't. Fox dominates across all of the platforms. Dude, try again. And believe me, nobody's believing ABC right now. You guys are scandal-ridden. And the most trusted brand in sports. ESPN? No, you get too much politics there, dude. Not enough sports. You should probably focus on sports. Fox Sports was going to clean your clock until, you acquired the most of the Fox assets, of course, having to shed that brand, but whatever. Where are we? We bring people together. All right, now. And make magical memories that last a lifetime at our parks and on our cruise ships. Yeah, and destroy a lot of them along the way, actually. We have the unique ability to impact culture. That's true. And connect with people on deeply personal levels. Well, you're starting to shed that as well. And we have you, the best team in the business. Well, that's a nice rah-rah for the staff. Good job, Bob. I couldn't think of a better combination, and I could not be more optimistic about our future. I can't wait to see this quarter. Can't wait. I look forward to setting the stage for our next century with all of you, and to making the unique brand of magic that only Disney can. Bob. Thanks, Bob. To be fair, there's a decent chance that Bob had a lot of input from the stakeholders on crafting this particular memo, this particular message. It's to be expected. It has to get vetted through legal, PR, and probably, several of the board members. Because again, right now at Disney, that company's being run by a committee, not by, of course, the person that's supposed to be running it, and who doesn't have the creative partner that they really should. That creative partnership's been gone for a long time. Iger was great. Uncle Bob Iger was great at grabbing IPs. He did build the brands and create lifestyle brands out of those IPs. But at the end of the day, he built a lot of debt as well. I'm interested to see what happens with the Disney company over the course of the next 3 years. I'm not sure Chapek is going to last that long, but we'll see. Anyway, these elements here need to be used as the rope that's crafted by the words that we can definitely hold their feet to the fire, and we should. And that's how I'm going to look at this going forward. There's a lot of problems with it. I couldn't help myself from editorializing on this memo as we went. But again, as we see these things being stated here, these 3 pillars that are going to guide the next 100 years, we'll have to see and point out each and every time they violate one. I can't wait to see the next annual stockholders meeting where a few stockholders could actually hold his feet to the fire. But anyway, what do you think? Do you think that, this is nothing more than a PR statement and a rah-rah speech to staff of the Disney company, the Walt Disney Corporation? Do you think it's interesting that we are on the threshold of Disney losing icons to the public domain in the very near future? They recently lost access to the original works of A.A. Milne, otherwise known as the creator of Winnie the Pooh, to the public domain. I don't know. I guess we will have to see, but please put your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Be sure to support independent creators here on the platform versus the corporate content creators like ABC News and many others that essentially are, I guess, favored by most platforms. Here on YouTube, if you like, share a video, make a comment, it actually affects the algorithm and it helps those independent creators. So do support them in that way. And hey, go ahead and support me that way as well. Other than that, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.